After smashing the Luchot, Moshe returns back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu in an attempt to seek forgiveness on behalf of Bnei Yisrael. And in his opening words, he acknowledges the fact that Ana Chata ha'am hazeh chata'a gdola. Without a doubt, this nation has sinned a monumental sin. And then goes on to say, Vaya'asu lahem Elohei zahav, that they have created for themselves gods of gold, referring to the egel, either one or many. Rashi's interpretation to this pasuk is as follows: You, God, were the cause for the making of the egel, in that you provided them with this abundance of gold and their needs, and therefore, how could they help themselves in not sinning? He then goes on to provide a mashal to a king who had a son, spoiled the son rotten, provided him with anything the son desired, including a rite of passage in having the son visit a brothel. The son fails the test, and the blame game begins. Clearly, the father should take partial responsibility for the son's indiscretions, as it was he who placed the son in the potentially compromising situation. According to Rashi, this is exactly what Moshe did. Chata'am hazer chata gdola, they certainly have sinned, but it was because you gave them this abundance of gold and silver, and therefore Vayasu lahem Elohei zahav. They couldn't help themselves but to use this gold in the making of a calf. This theme of the abundance of gold and silver that Rashi mentions in Shemot 32, Pasuk 31, is similar to the interpretation that he offers to V'di Zahav. The difference being, though, that in Shemot he does not quote the Pasuk from Hosea, whereas in Dvarim he does refer us to that Pasuk. And this brings us to question 2. Assuming that the commentary of Rashi in Shemot is aligned with that of Devarim, V'di Zahav, that attributes the making of the egel to the abundance of gold, clearly Rashi in Shemot does not feel the need to quote the pasuk from Hosea, which begs the question, why is it quoted in Devarim? Conversely, if it is required in Devarim, V'di Zahav, why is it not required in Shemot? And with this we will conclude part 1 of the SICHAH to Parshat Devarim.